first things first. I hope you see it, brother. I hope you see it. You see the drip, man. You see the drip. All thanks to my motherfucking brother right here.
Hell yeah, appreciate that.
Appreciate you being on here, brother. It's the start. It's the start of big things.
Hell yeah.
It's the start of big things, man. First and foremost, introduce yourself, brother. What's your name? How old you are, and what's your dream?
My name's Damion. I go by Halftime Thrift.
Yes, sir.
I'm 22, and you know, I'm just out here hustling.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Halftime Thrift
out here. So,
is it the goal? What's the goal with Halftime Thrift? Is it?
To be honest, right now, I just like selling dope shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm just collecting it, selling it, and like I don't know. Eventually, maybe have like a store, like a little showroom or something. Like appointment only, something like. But I don't know. Right now, I'm just kind of riding with this. You know,
well, I see. I mean, first, I want to congratulate you on. I wouldn't say little because they're wins at the end of the day because a W is a W. But I remember when you first started posting, you posted it on. First of all, it was your personal account, right?
Yeah.
You just posted like, oh, you think it's just like another person selling clothes that they're trying to get rid of.
Yeah. And
then I noticed that, but then next you know, oh shit, you made a whole Instagram account about it. I was like, okay, I see it a little bit more. And then next thing you know, I buy something from you, and I'm getting stickers as I buy the clothing. And I was like, oh shit, this boy really putting in the work. And then from there, and then you create a website, dude. That shit made me smile, bro. When I saw that, I was like, yup, this motherfucker is making moves.
I appreciate that.
And I know it's easy to be like, what's next? You know, you sell something, what's next?
Right.
Or you never really reflect on the things you've accomplished already because you're so focused on what's next.
Right.
But I just want to let you know that I see that, bro, and I congratulate you.
I appreciate that.
I think that's dope.
That's love.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you just did a little pop-up, right? As Kobe Swami?
Kobe Swami, yeah. We'll be there again on the 24th. So.
24th?
Yeah.
Is this going to be like a weekend, every weekend thing, or whenever you got the chance type shit?
Every last Saturday, for sure.
Every last Saturday?
Some months, maybe twice a month. But, yeah, every last Saturday they have that vintage event, so we'll be there for sure.
Every last Saturday. Kobe Swami, San Diego, right?
San Diego, yeah, right at the sports arena. They shut down the parking lot. So.
Hey, you want some Chargers gear?
Yeah, hey, pull up.
No,
we've been
just up. NFL gear in general.
Yeah, but we've been stocking up the San Diego shit. So
for sure.
Me and my homie Flightless Vintage, shout out Flightless. He's gonna be with me too, so he's got the shit too.
Fuck yeah, bro. I haven't been to Kobe's yet, but I know they be selling dope shit.
Yeah, bro.
I've been seeing. I mean, hella shoe game. There's be hella shoe game over there, huh?
Yeah. They got a whole sneaker and vintage event too in March. So if you're into shoes,
have to slide.
Pull up today.
I'm gonna have to slide. Have to slide. We met in high school.
Yeah.
Shout out El Camino.
Hell yeah.
We was, what, 16, 17?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Somewhere around there. And now we 20, 21, 22. And we realized shit wasn't that sweet. I mean, I thought life after high school was going to be cool. I didn't realize how good I had it in high school. But yeah, that's a big, maybe numbers-wise, it doesn't seem that big, 17 and 21, 22. But once you live it, it is huge. My first question, bro, is, if you can go back to that 16 and 17-year-old Damion, what are you telling him?
I think I would tell him to not be afraid, like, cause to be real with you, I've been doing this shit for like 7 years now. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Yeah. So before I put it on Instagram, but that's cause I was afraid. I was like, my fools are gonna think I was weird or whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm like, if I could go back, I'd be like, just post that shit, you know, just make that Instagram. I probably would have had my website in high school, you know what I mean, if I wasn't, like, just so, like, worried about what everyone else thought, you know, so.
Why do you think we do that? Because I do 100% agree with you.
I don't know. I think just, I don't know, just always, like, searching for, like, validation from everybody when it's, like, not even like that. Like, you learn most from the people that hate on you, you know what I mean, because it's, like,
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
damn, I didn't even think about that. That's a quote.
Yeah.
Nah, you're 100% correct. Because I remember when, people asked me what I wanted to do. And first off, immediately I said a police officer. Why? Because I knew deep down I wanted to do YouTube and I wanted to do content creation. But I just said police officer because I was so worried about people gonna be like, you ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
And then especially if I made the YouTube channel and started posting content while at school, I knew people was gonna clown me, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And I just say police officer, one, because it was you don't need a college diploma.
Yeah.
And two, the last thing I wanted to do, no disrespect, but was just like sit down in the office and do that type of shit. But I always think about that. And you know how people be talking about corny. Whatever you're doing is corny. If you say that, or you believe in this way, you believe in that way, that's corny.
Right, yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know.
But those are the people the people that say that are the people that are not even doing shit, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of like, you can't hate on another man if you're not even going to try to do like what you want to be doing, you know what I mean? So it's
the importance of just the first step, right?
Yeah.
But you make a good point, bro. That's the reason why I started this thing. It's the reason why I'm doing this thing, because I want this to be a community, a network. I want people around the country, around the globe to be like, yo, Mario's surrounding himself around other like-minded entrepreneurship, motivated, hungry motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
I should probably do the same thing too, because once you start being around negativity, you sooner or later you're gonna become negativity.
Right.
But I could just tell, bro, like sitting right next to you, and the other friends, or when I work with my other buddy named T, when I'm like around him, I get motivated. I'm like, oh shit, he's posting his content. I gotta post my content too. So I think, I'm trying to. This is literally what the plan is, and I want it to be an everyone thing. I don't want to I want to influence, bro. That's my biggest thing. I definitely want to influence. But back to Halftime Thrift, bro. How'd you come up with the name? It's a hard ass name.
It was kind of a collective effort, pretty much, because we were just chilling in my living room one day, me, my dad, and my uncle, and then we were trying to figure out a name, and then we were just chilling right there, and then Nas started playing the song Halftime, and so we started thinking about it, like, you know, I really sell like mostly sports shit, you know what I mean? So it kind of goes like hand in hand with Halftime. That's like my favorite artist, Nas. So I don't know, it just kind of flowed well, and then like over time I started like kind of like thinking of like how else it applies to me, you know what I mean? And I kind of feel like, you know, halftime's that's not the end of the game, you know what I mean? So like I'm always gonna have more shit, you know what I mean? I'm always gonna have more something else coming, you know?
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Halftime, not the end of the game. You can make adjustments.
That's where you strategize, you know.
That's when the real, like, you strategize, but then also, if you down at halftime, you make an adjustment or a star player just pop up.
Yeah,
you win in the game. You know what I mean? But you're 100% right. The game's not over. Damn, that's a hard ass name.
Yeah.
So. And then is it thrifting? You always want to be thrifting, or would you ever want to possibly make your own?
I've thought about it, but I just want to, like, I don't know if I would want it to be like Halftime if I make something like of my own, you know what I mean? But I'd probably put out a little something like just for people that don't fuck with vintage but want to support, you know what I mean? Like a hat or something with the logo or whatever, and like something that they're not like forced to buy vintage, you know.
So you brought up how you were, when you thought of the name, it was your uncle. You were with your uncle. You were with your pops. What was your reaction? What was their reaction when you told them the vision, or hey, this is what I want to do? Because we come from an ethnicity where, you know, it's hard labor, a lot of construction, landscaping. You know, they work every single day. And if not, then your ass better be in them books. Pursuing education, or they'll talk about how, hey, the reason I'm working this hard every single day is because I don't want you to go through this. I want you to be in the education system. And yada. So when you told them, your parents, what was their reaction?
Well, okay, so first you're right, because it was like that, you know what I mean? So they weren't really like, oh, it's a hobby, it's not a job, like when are you gonna get a real job? Because I like for the first like year after high school, I was just doing this, and I was like, I'm gonna just fucking hustle this, I'm gonna grind it out, and like, but I mean, obviously, you know, things take time, so I wasn't making like enough money to live off of or whatever to help out with rent or whatever. So it's kind of like, oh, when are you gonna get a real job, blah blah blah. But then like over time, it was just kind of more like, I think they saw that I was like for real about it, that it wasn't
passionate.
Like, that it was something I really enjoyed doing, and I never stopped, even when I did like get a real job, you know, like I got a full-time job, so, you know, but I never stopped. And I think over time they started becoming more supportive, and they started like, you know, even like reposting or telling people about it and stuff. So it's like, you know, shout out my parents, bro. But it was hard for the first like couple years of it, you know what I mean? So
bro, I was so nervous when I was about to tell my dad I want to do YouTube. So fucking nervous. I had a whole journal, because there was so many points I wanted to make, and I didn't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
I even prepared a little bit. I was like, because my dad's like that, bro. He's an immigrant. He came from Mexico. He left his whole life. Last thing I wanted to do was disappoint, bro. Last thing, you know what I mean? He sacrificed so much for me, right? And it's also hard because this is a new wave. This is a new age.
Yeah.
Like, if you see someone on their phone, especially your kid, you're thinking, he's
wasting time.
Wasting time, not doing shit.
Yeah.
When we're in reality, I'm editing, I'm trying to, network with people and shit like that. But I was so nervous because, again, it wasn't, even if I explain it to a T, it's most likely he won't like understand it. Right. I mean, it's a whole new wave. But I told him, and I wouldn't say he wasn't like, he's supportive. Like today he was like, hey, you doing your interview today?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
That's
and that was dope. But he doesn't understand it yet. And I don't think he'll understand it until that moment comes where I'm like, hey, yo, Pops, like, I can help out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can
that's
help
how
out.
I feel too. Like they definitely support it a lot more, and they're more like open to it. But I still don't fully feel like, and this is like with a lot of people that feel like, oh, it's you'll never make like a living off of that. You know what I mean, or whatever. And it's like, well, it's just, I don't know. I'm willing to put whatever I need to put into this. You know what I mean? Because this is what I want to be doing. Like I don't want to feel like I'm stuck doing something I don't want to be doing for the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
100%.
So, but yeah.
It sounds so damaging to do that, bro. That's why my biggest thing is just to advocate, follow your dreams. And it don't always gotta be, at first I thought it was like, oh, it has to be superstar fandom. But not everyone's like that. Not everybody wants that. But let's just say you wanna have your own liquor store one day. Then strive for that. Start working towards that.
Yeah.
But clothing is always gonna be a big business. 100%.
100%.
And it's always gonna be a necessity. So understanding that, does the thought of competition fear you? Does it motivate you?
Well, there's a big, especially now, as like since like the pandemic, there's been a lot of people that got into this, like for some side cash, people losing their jobs and shit. So like people got into it like as to make money while everyone's on lockdown. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of competition. You know what I mean? It's no hate or anything, but it's like, it definitely like changed the game. You know what I mean? Because before you go to Thrift, you find something. You're gonna find something. You know what I mean? At least something. But now it's like the thrifts have caught on because there's so many people doing it that they're like, some thrifts, they got a whole vintage section, and they'd be like having eBay prices. Like I went to one yesterday and they had a printout of the eBay listing for that shirt hanging on the shirt. So damn,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's a trip. But I mean, like, I take all that as like, all right, well now what's the next move? All right, maybe like, and I don't even be in the thrifts that much anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, like where else can I get this? What's just staying ahead of it, So
would you say it motivates you, or because it's always a thought, right? Doubt's always going to be a thought in the back of your mind, and getting rid of it is tough. It's tough. I even though I'm doing this right now, I'm on top of the world, but I'm like, oh shit, doubt creeps in, but that is crazy. And ever since the pandemic, for sure, everybody's talking about small businesses. Everyone started their own small business, which is dope. I mean, it's dope. Do your thing.
Yeah, there's no hate. Everybody's got to hustle. But to answer your question, I think it motivates me. Because I'm always trying to stay ahead of it. So, all right, this way got shut down, so I'm gonna go the next way. You know what I mean? While everyone else is like complaining, so to say. You know what I mean, or whatever, blah blah blah. I'm gonna go the next way.
Yeah. Last time we spoke, you talked about comfort zone and how you was trying to get out of it. And ever since I known you, bro, you are more kept to yourself. Why is it so important for you to focus on comfort zone and getting out of it?
Well, that's how you grow. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same reason why I didn't start my Instagram in high school. You know what I mean? Because it's like I was just afraid. But it's like now as I'm getting older, I realize like, I gotta grow. I gotta get out of this. You know what I mean? That's how I'm gonna grow my business. That's how it's gonna take to the next level. Like like a lot of people I met at Kobe's, it was like, oh shit, like I've seen your page. Like they were telling me, oh shit, I've seen your page. You know what I mean? Blah blah blah. But it's like now they can see the face and see who I am. And now it's like, now it's gonna make it even more like I guess like on a personal level or whatever, like then and then it'll grow. You know what I mean?
They'll know you like that. They'll support you like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, I mean, when you deliver clothes, you have to talk to them.
Right,
when you're trying to explain your brand, you got to talk to them. When you went to Kobe's, a lot of people was like, "Oh shit, what is this?"
Yeah.
You got to. I mean, I'm a big advocate and a big believer that you got to fuck with the person in anything that you do.
Yeah.
Even when I work, I'm like, yeah, this is a cool job, but if I don't fuck with these people, bro, I'm not gonna surround myself with these people. So that is, have you like what's some tips you would give out to maybe a little bit more introverted people?
I don't know, man. I mean, I guess just doing it, you know what I mean? Because even I was hesitant to like sign up for Kobe's because I'm like, dude, this is gonna be like, I don't want to talk to all these people, you know what I mean? Like, but like even doing this right here, it's just like you just got to do it, you know? Like I just told you, I was like, let's go, let's do it. Just let me know when, you know, and I'll be there because I just want to do it, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess you just have to find it in you to want to do it, like want to get out of your comfort zone.
100%.
So,
yeah. I mean, naturally, bro, I've always been I'm on the motherfucker that's loud. I've always been talking to people, so it comes naturally for me. But even right now, I feel like I'm getting out of my comfort zone because a little something about me is I believe I can't speak well. I don't know, for some reason, because I've always stuttered, I've always mumbled to this day. I got a little bit of dyslexia in me, so I'm always like, fuck, I don't want to make myself sound like a fool. Or sometimes when I make points, I end up going on a whole different tangent. So I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, even though I believe that I am a very outgoing person.
Right.
So
But
I think it goes for everybody.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like that right now too, because like I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, that should just make sense what I said right now or whatever. 100%. You know what I mean? So like I'm just kind of like still trying to get out of it. Like I'm self-conscious right now. Like everything I'm saying.
100%.
Like,
I do that shit a lot.
Yeah.
Like even when I rap, I be rapping like lyrics and shit, and I like I'll mix up the words, or I was supposed to say bad, but then I say dad. Like automatically when I'm writing down the questions, I gotta scribble this shit out to make sense. I be stuttering, so, but as I'm looking at you holding the mic, I can see something on your left hand. And I wanted to talk about that, man. How did it go? How did it happen? Like,
well, I mean,
congratulations first and foremost.
I appreciate
congratulations.
That, yeah, I mean, there's nothing. She's great, bro. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
So, it was. We met right after high school, and it was just. I mean, you kind of just. Everyone says like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" But you don't really like believe it until you really know.
It happens.
You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, yeah, that's how I felt about her. That's how I feel about her. You know. So.
I have a lot of questions, bro, because I've never been infatuated with someone like that. But I think it's a beautiful thing. Right. I think when two people get together, it's butterflies, bro. I think it's beautiful. And one, I just want to ask, how did you know like this one was the one?
I guess because, and I've told you this too, like, because when we met, I was like in a way different place than I'm in right now. You know what I mean? I was like the stuff I was doing, how I thought, the way I spoke and everything. So the fact that she was able to go through those times with me and be able to like see the light at the end of the tunnel, you know what I mean? And then it came. I just like, I don't know, that's something I've never felt before. And so it was kind of like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Even
like,
at your lowest, she made you feel at your highest.
Yeah, exactly. Damn. Even like the times where she probably felt like, nah, this isn't for like this. There's something better or whatever. Like if that's how she felt, but she was here. You know what I mean? So she stayed through everything.
You know what? That you make a good point, because I heard someone say people don't want to sacrifice anymore. Because you got so much, including myself. Like I get very hypocritical about myself, and I'm gonna talk about it in a bit. But the point that I'm trying to make is that people don't want to sacrifice anything. As soon as something bad happens, it's like, okay, I got a lot of options because of social media. Like on Instagram, bro, I can imagine girls' DMs be flooded, especially if you're a beautiful woman. And like if this guy mess ups here, he don't deserve me. You know what I mean? As soon as something bad happens, you already have other options, and I feel like people are not sacrificing.
Yeah, they're not willing to put the work anymore. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. It's work. You know, like we've both together have gone through a lot, like with each other or about each other, and it's just kind of like, you know. But I think I know we were both willing to put in the work and make it better for ourselves. You know what I mean? Instead of just like, oh, let me just start over with someone else, you know, because it's not worth it. I mean, you're just going to start over and over because everyone's got their own issues, you know what I mean? Like, you're never going to find someone where you're like, oh, this is not going to happen with this person because it's going to be something else, you know what I mean?
Yeah, my pops told me that because because I'm open with my pops, and he'll talk about like, oh, what happened with that one girl, or like, didn't you tell me you was going on a date with her? What happened? And then shout out Kanye, and I always find something wrong. But I'll always be like, I didn't like how she did this, or her personality is like that. And he's like, first and foremost, you're never gonna find the perfect one.
Right.
He's like, I hope you know that you're never gonna find the perfect one in the sense of like, she checks all the boxes.
Yeah, it does no wrong.
You know, does no wrong. It's exactly, and even then he was like, you want to have something to work on too, because she's also going to be the same thing about you. Yeah. You're not always going to check her boxes.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But the hypocritical part about all of this is because, okay, I always believe, especially to the society, you know, society always says be realistic or do this, do that, and I'm always advocating, no, like, you know, be yourself, do what you want to do. But then when I start thinking about relationships, I'm very quick to be like, you know what? No, all girls are like this.
Yeah.
Or the thought of you getting married at 20, or I mean, you getting engaged at 22.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, it's like, dude, no way. Like, bros, it's like in the sense that you're committing a big risk. I see it as a big risk, but in reality, you see it as, man, I got my one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right,
you're happy.
Yeah.
This is my gift. This is my treasure.
And there's a lot of people that have told us that too, or like they'll make like comments or whatever. Oh, you're so young, or blah blah blah. And it's like, well, I mean, for me, it was like, well, what's the wait? Like, what we're waiting for? You know what I mean? Like, for me, like, and I think this is something that, you know, I'm not gonna speak for her, but I think I believe it's something we agree on, like that. You know, we have like the same short-term and long-term goal for like this relationship. Like, we know like we're ready to get married right now, you know what I mean? And then we know like where we want to be in like 5 years, you know what I mean? So it was just kind of one of those things where it's like, I think like for me it was just kind of like, well, what's the wait, you know what I mean? Like, I'm ready for this. Like, I want to settle with you, you know what I mean? So
yeah. And that you see where that part where I'm saying I was like a little bit hypocritical, because I'm just following societal's norms and just be like, you know what, I am too young, or you know what, nah, all girls are like that. But in reality, it's really not like that, man.
Right,
but,
not at all.
Well, shit, dude, give me some advice, dog. Like, how did you know? She was like, all right, this is the motherfucking one. I think I already asked that, but like, I'm just really curious, bro.
Yeah, bro. I mean, just like I said, like, you just I don't know. Everything's gonna seem like good in the beginning, you know what I mean? But when it really comes down to like your lowest moments, or like her lowest moments, or whatever, because it's gonna be the same, like vice versa, you know what I mean? Like, she could feel the same about you, like, oh, he wasn't like here when in my lowest moments, you know what I mean, or whatever. But I think when it comes down to that, it's just more like, all right, like, are we gonna do this, or are we just gonna move on, you know what I mean? Because, and for us, it was just kind of like, well, we're gonna do this, you know, like, I'm willing to put in the work and the effort and be able to, like, not necessarily like change myself or change her, but just more like,
appreciate,
like, I guess, like, find that medium, because at the end of the day, like, when you get married, you're one, you know what I mean? So you gotta be able to work with each other, you know. And I'm no expert, you know. I'm just speaking from
your personal experience.
From experience, how I feel, you know what I mean. And I could be wrong, but I mean, that's how you learn, you know. You know. So I'm make a lot of mistakes, but you learn from it.
That communication, when people talk about that communication, 100%, is that real?
Bro.
100%.
And that's something that's hard for me too. And I know it's hard for her because like I don't talk, bro. Like if I'm mad, like, I would rather just be quiet. I'd rather go to sleep. I'd rather do something. But she like her, she won't like. She'll be like, no, like I don't want to go to sleep mad. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to do this. Blah blah blah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk.
That's
about
mature
it.
too,
That's something
man.
that I'm trying to like grow with too. So.
100%. I'm the same way. I'm if I get mad, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather not say anything.
Right.
Because I know once you start saying things,
yeah,
you might say something out of pocket. Yeah. Exactly. So I just always stay quiet. But man, honestly, bro, we went through all the questions fast as fuck. Yeah. But I just want you to let you know that, bro, I see what you've been doing. I support you, brother.
I appreciate that.
We're going to do big things. This also won't be the only interview that we ever going to do, 100%.
Yeah, we got to do this more than once.
But I want you to know that you are the first one. There's a reason why I want you the first one, bro, because I saw it, like I said, from the time that you posted something on the side, and then to making your own account, to having stickers, to pulling out at Kobe's. I'm like, damn, he keeps doing his thing.
Yeah.
And I trust the process, and if there's anything that I can ask for you right now, brother, is if you could sign. First off, this is just a little rough draft. The real poster coming, but I wanted to make sure he has something to sign at the end of the night, end of the day. I got hella colors right here. I was gonna see if you can.
You want me to go with color?
It's up to you. Up to you.
I'm gonna go with black.
Just sign it. Let me get the good camera. Anywhere you like. Damn, and he did that shit clean as fuck. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, brother. Sir.